So God has the power to reveal and to conceal from us. The power of, or the light of God, the infinite light of God, that is the creative force of something from nothing, has an equal power of contraction, of holding back, refraining the light. Both are powers of God himself, which may then create a world where God conceals himself in a way that he utterly conceals himself. Now, of course, ultimately, the concealment is in order that we should reveal him. But if it's the power of God that is concealing himself, not from his perspective, but merely from our perspective, it's God's power. That power of concealment should be so real that how are we able to reveal him? How do we have the power to do that? It's God's power of concealment. And I'm going to come around and by learning Tanya, doing a mitzvah, I'm going to reveal God? So, concerning this, that God creates, yes, us as independent beings. And then the truth is, we're not independent. We're totally bound up in one with him. We're totally nothing, but the only reality is him. How can we come to that? Not the awareness. How could that be real? When God's power of restraint, holding back, concealment, well, that's pretty real. With this, then we can understand what our sages said. That originally God thought to create the world of the attribute of stern judgment, meaning gvura, refrain, tzimtzum, which would mean that God would be contracted in a perspective, not that he's not here and not real, but from our perspective, it would be that he's not here and not real. He's removed. Not that there isn't God, by the way. It doesn't mean that there isn't God. We're talking about that God is the only reality. That's what we mean. Well, that would never be a reality that we can ever come to. So this is what our sages say. Originally, God wanted to create the world in such a way, but he saw the world wouldn't endure. Meaning, we would never be able to come to a true appreciation, a sense that there is nothing else but him. Therefore, God, he associated the attribute of mercy in his creation. What does that mean? Where's the mercy? So the Alter Rebbe says the mercy means that mercy means that there is a revelation of godliness in the world, a supernatural power that the righteous have, and also the signs and the miracles as are recorded in the Torah. Very powerful. That's what a Rebbe is. Do I know that there's something supernatural? I know it is a theory. Until you meet the Rebbe. Until you meet a tzaddik. Until you have a connection to a tzaddik. Then the supernatural becomes revealed to you to some degree. That there is something beyond the laws of nature. There is something beyond the hiddenness of God If it wasn't for the righteous, and that the Torah records the miracles in the Torah through the teachings and through the life of the righteous, we get a sense there's something more. That there's something that God is revealed in this world. That God is truly revealed in this world. And that gives us the impetus to connect. Even though we don't experience, it's not something that's going to become so real for us in the sense of our own experience, but it's going to be nonetheless something that we sense that there's something more, that our day in, day out, difficult and painful sometimes and tedious, and that we don't sense in this world, right? That's why so many people that are connected to God, what do? They just get out of this world, because in this world, what are you going to have already? What are you going to see already? What are you going to experience already? So it's just like a means to the spiritual world, where there will be some kind of lofty, valuable experience of godliness, because here God's hidden, right? No, God had compassion and gave us righteous people. We need to have righteous people in our lives. Righteous is in the do-gooder. Righteous is the Lubavitcher Rebbe, the Rebbe. To watch videos of the Rebbe to get that connection today. Even though the Rebbe passed away almost 29 years ago, a sense of that there's something beyond nature. That God's hiddenness in nature is not the reality. There's something more. That's why you got to tell stories of the righteous. Just that we could be a little uplifted beyond, above and beyond. Now, even Moses himself in his prophetic vision, wasn't able to have a vision of the attributes of God in the world of Atzilus, but only in the world of Bria, and there also only of Netzach Yesod. Nonetheless, his prophecy gives us a sense of beyond. And the righteous, they're going to be granted in Gan Eden. We're all righteous, ultimately, when we get there to Gan Eden, to the Garden of Eden, a glimmer of God. But and that which is the kindness and the severity of God, the Gvura, is something beyond our comprehension. Even the souls of Atzilus, the righteous can't even comprehend it, right? They only get a glimmer of it in the world of in Gan Eden, rather. They get a glimmer, a ray of it. Yet, through them, they give us a glimmer of that there's something beyond nature. Powerful. Okay, questions, comments. Reminder, Rambam's coming up. And tonight, 6:30, there'll be Torah studies. 8 p.m., there'll be TRC. Tanya Rabbi community, where we have beautiful conversations. Want more about that? Let me know. The concealment has everything to do with the free choice for individuals, exactly. Because of God's concealment, therefore there's a free choice. And the freedom of choice, by the way, is how I perceive myself. Do I perceive myself as a separate person, and therefore I have my personhood, which means things I desire, the things that give me pleasure, the things that how I understand me and the world, and my feelings towards things, and I'm separate from God. Doesn't mean I don't believe in God, but I'm still separate from Him. That's the choice. Or that I might feel I'm separate, but I know I'm not. And that's why the righteous give us a little inkling that there's something more, something beyond my senses and what I'm experiencing. That's why, folks, I'm humbled to be your teacher, but I'm not your Rabbi. I'm not righteous. And no one here is, because you wouldn't be here. We're not. That's okay. We need the Rebbe in our lives. The Alter Rebbe is a righteous person. That's why his words are words that are going to last forever. Because the words of the righteous last forever. So we need to attach to such a righteous person. Watch it. Go to GEM, Jewish Educational Media, and watch videos of the Rebbe. Get a glimpse of what it means righteous. That means that there's something beyond. That God is revealed in this world. Not that God is in the other world. Yeah, even the righteous only get a glimmer of God there. But here they reveal God Himself here. That's very powerful. Andrew, is God's hidden from us, not so from the tzaddik, right? From the tzaddik, He's not hidden. I mean, even from the tzaddik, whatever God chooses to reveal to the righteous, He reveals of Himself and whatever they need to know, right? But even that, whatever God reveals, is a lower level. It's not the If we are seventh generation and last before Mashiach, would there be an eighth Rebbe in the time of redemption? Good question. Gem, by the way, is spelled with a J, not with a G. J-E-M. Someone can put that up. That would be great. The link. Well, we've gone almost 30 years without the physical presence of the Rebbe, and he's still our Rebbe, he's still our teacher, and he's still my Rebbe. So we're going to march to Mashiach with the Rebbe as our leader. Yeah. Any other questions? I don't see. Okay. Amazing. All right. Rambam coming up. I'm Rabbi Ronnie Fine, coming to you from Chabad Zich and Kadesh Montreal, Canada. It's a privilege and a pleasure to share with you, Tanya. Have an amazing day. A good tavach.